Boom.
Okay. Chapter 1?
Yes.
Chapter 1, Focusing on the Plan. The focus of Blueprint 2 is to get your service up and running with a budget of $500 to $1,000. We'll be cutting corners when it is possible, and nothing from the original blueprint will be repeated. It is the current state of the economy that compelled me to write this book. I have encountered many people in financial distress that are considering the escort business as a viable option, and the great majority do not have the 3K to 4K required to maximize earnings when opening the escort service. On the other hand, you will not be able to do it for under $500. It is not possible without skipping important things like a license to operate and filing the appropriate state paperwork to enter into any business in your state, and I will never help you to go that route. So keep in mind that the budget of $500 to $1,000 is likely to be at the high end of that range. If you can't come up with $1,000, you do not belong in the escort business. Once you get your business up and running on the budget plan, it will be necessary to pull the remaining funding from it. Ultimately, you will still be using the original blueprint for an escort service, so don't toss it in the garbage or give it away yet. I also referred to the original throughout this sequel. The plan begins with your ability to access up to $1,000 to get your service started the correct way. We will then explore opening a business in your state, any state, choosing the right location, and coming up with an alluring name for it. The discussion then turns to advertisements, exploiting the internet, and saving on the telephone service. We will then set the rates and fees to compete in this fallen economy and take a look at the entire operation, including licenses. I have received emails from readers that purchased the original blueprint, and there were several valid questions, though most were answered in the book. I've decided against including a question and answer section in this book. The main reason for this is that I realize I have already answered all the questions herein. Possibly the only one that I didn't answer is a very recent one. Knowing what you know now, would you expand upon your independent contractor agreement? What are some areas of this document you would reconsider or add additional terms to? My short answer is no, I wouldn't change anything with the agreement. To expound on that, the reasoning is that it is what I have used for many years. I wrote it myself and revised the wording several times. It serves its purpose. I never had a conversation wherein I contradicted my own agreement, but really all it was useful for was dates. A part of the criminal case against me had a specific escort working for my business for a lengthy period of time. I was able to use the agreement to help her recall the correct date we met and change the focus of her testimony. I mean, I wasn't charged with hiring employees and calling them independent contractors. Prosecutors can state anything they want, but that doesn't make it true. In fact, they lied a lot in my case and made it quite obvious. It was weird. Another story for another place. There is a short chapter on using newer technologies to make your life with your new business easier. I hope that you at least utilize Google Voice. It is free and gives you an extra telephone number with all sorts of cool ways to use it. You will find my email information on the last page. Please do feel free to ask any unanswered question. However, if the question is already answered in either book, my response will be to send you the specific chapter with the answer. For reasons that are easily imagined, I have no intention to repeat my books in email responses. End of chapter 1. Should I keep going?
How's your voice now?
Fine.
Hey, let's go up to chapter 2.
Chapter 2. Location, location, and location. You must consider the economic conditions of any potential choice in location. Miami is still a great choice. There are international visitors, conventions, and local money. Miami is an optimum choice, but the area that you choose does not need to be as sizable as Miami. There are some great second-tier cities and even smaller geographical areas that offer similar advantages. You really do not want to open a service in a city that is less than 100,000 population. Do not misinterpret this statement. Perhaps the area that you're considering is a city of 70,000 that sits next to a city of 80,000, another city of 78,000, and this is fine. Many counties in this country are set up similar to Brevard County, Florida, so I'm going to use Brevard as my example of a good location and how you would plan to operate. In the criminal case against me, the state of Florida alleged that I had a partner named Rocky. The full story of the allegation is in memoirs, but to make my point concerning locations herein, I'm going to use Brevard County and Rocky. Rocky was never my partner in any way, and I simply sold him an advertisement that I had placed in the area of Bell South Yellow Pages, now AT&T, and the telephone number in the ad. I transferred him the telephone line, and the ad had already been paid in full. He filed his own fictitious name paperwork with the state and got his own occupational license for an escort service under the name of the ad. Because of the partner allegations, I received all of his business information and discovery in the criminal case, and therefore know exactly how well he did financially. Let me tell you, there is much money in operating a service in an area as similar to Brevard County as there is in Orlando. But of course, Orlando is a special case, a city plagued by escort service line blocks in all of the best resorts during the biggest conventions. Sure, there is business in Orlando, but to do well, one must have flexibility in rates and set up the business so that telephone numbers are frequently changed. I do not advise you to spread your business any farther than the area encompassed by one county. You would never survive if you didn't change telephone numbers often in Orlando because of the block problems. Las Vegas has the same problem, and I am positive that there is a list of other cities in the U.S. that are also under attack, but I am not aware of enough of the other cities to discuss any of them here. The block problems are discussed in memoirs and are the topic of a new book that is still unnamed and will be released by April 1st, 2010. If you're curious about a city that you are considering opening your escort business in, please feel free to run it by me in an email, and I will tell you what I know or do not know. When I sold Rocky that ad, it was something I did on many occasions. I would first file the fictitious name paperwork, get an occupational license, turn on a telephone line, place an advertisement before the deadline, and then wait until the Yellow Pages were published and distributed. The sale of the ad was never a planned situation, but what always happened was that while waiting on the Yellow Page book distribution, other things came up in my life. It is usually 3 to 4 months between the ad deadline and the distributing of the books, and with my Orlando operation already going, anything could and did come up in that wait period. When I sold Rocky the particular ad, though, it was because I had a death in the family and couldn't deal with anything. The example of Brevard County as a potential location. Try to relate Brevard to your area or possible location of your service. Brevard Yellow Pages cover the entire county and are divided into 3 books, South, Central, and North. It costs very little additional money to have your ad in all 3 books once you place it in one book, and unless you have something against the north part of the county, it is of course advisable. In Brevard County, the escort services heading of the AT&T Yellow Pages is simple. There are no display ads allowed, so that all you see are in-column ads. If you could spare about $1,100, I would advise that you place a 1-inch ad that will appear in all 3 books. The total cost for this is about $650 for the entire year, but don't forget that you also need the landline with features, the state paperwork filed, and the license to operate. For this budget plan, if you don't have that $1,200, just place a bold print, 1-line ad that will appear in all 3 books. Total ad cost $200 to $300 in any area. You'll be happy that you did it once the books are distributed. Brevard County is similar to many areas comparable in size around the country. It is sure not Miami, but it's also not Farmville. The entire point of Rocky in my short story is that Rocky made more than I did with my Orlando business. You do not have to open your escort business in a major metropolitan area to make money. However, the area should have something going for it and be economically stable. Brevard has Cape Canaveral, Cocoa Beach, Melbourne, India Atlantic, and Titusville/Port St. John. Government contractors and NASA are the mainstay of the area, but much of the population is retired. Tourism is also a serious business. All of the aforementioned are a potential client base for an escort service. Rocky did quite well for himself. The U.S. Census Bureau reports the Brevard County population in 2008 to be 536,521. The estimated population in Melbourne is 77,351, in Cocoa Beach it is 11,920, and in Titusville it is 44,756. There are many more municipalities in Brevard, and then much of the population lives in the county, so it does all add up. Geographic size is 1,018 square miles of land. One little known fact about Brevard is that it is tied for 4th place among all micro and metropolitan statistical areas in percentage of heavy drinkers, according to the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention. I have no clue as to how they gathered statistics, but there are a lot of serious drinkers around here. One more important point is that there are no higher-priced escort services in Brevard. Rates range from $140 to $200. These are the same rates that have been here for 15 years. Rocky was in business from 1999 through late 2001, and his rates were $150 to $160, while I was putting $300 to $320 in Orlando.
That would be so cheap in this area.
Still, he did it better financially. We will discuss rates for the current economic conditions in the appropriate chapter, though. Look at the surroundings, the money flow, and the potential client base. Look at area yellow pages and see what else is there and how many other services there are. Make some phone calls and find out the hourly rates. Hopefully you understand my point here. Your escort service does not need to be in Metropolis to make great money. It also shouldn't be in a small town. Google the potential locations on your own list and check population, demographics, and economy by the name of the county and the term population. Wikipedia is usually the first link in search results, and you will find all of the information you need there. Conduct your due diligence before you decide on any specific location. Here's a list of what are referred to as second-tier convention cities. Second tier, in relation to convention cities, is defined as having a population 300,000 to 1 million, with a new convention center or strong amenities to attract attendees. The source of this information is www.meetingsource.com. Mobile, Alabama, Mesa, Arizona, Laguna Beach, California, Vail, Colorado, West Palm Beach, Florida, Topeka, Kansas, Prince George's County, Maryland, Shreveport, Louisiana, Jackson, Mississippi, Wildwood, New Jersey, Albany, New York, Albuquerque, New Mexico, Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, Newport, Rhode Island, Providence, Rhode Island, Chattanooga, Tennessee, Virginia Beach, Virginia, Wisconsin Dells, Wisconsin. This is not a complete list of possibilities, but it is a good example of alternatives to opening and operating your escort business in a major metropolitan area. There will usually be less competition and therefore more business for you. Be thorough in your location analysis though. Make choosing the right location a project. Make sure that you follow instructions in the choosing location chapter of the blueprint, as not all locations are good locations. Check out the procedure to obtain a business license and Google the term escort service arrests to see if the area is run by politicians with a morals agenda. Fighting City Hall is not going to make you money, and there are always other potential locations. Check to see if the city or area that you are interested in has a convention and visitors bureau. Conventions can be a great client base, though not in some cities. Example, Orlando or Las Vegas. There is business in both cities, but not necessarily when there are sizable conventions both. In Memoirs, I mentioned a company that is described on a business card as a destination management company. And here's a link for the Destination Marketing Association International, an interesting play on words. www.destinationmarketing.org. According to DMAI, they represent convention and visitor bureaus, CVBs, and tourism boards worldwide. They even have an accreditation program. Do explore the website, as it is informative if you intend to open an escort service. Another group to explore when choosing your location is the Professional Convention Management Association, PCMA. This outfit has chapters all over North America. The link is www.pcma.org. I will add that the local CVB usually has calendar-style lists of scheduled conventions for the entire year in the specific area that they cover. Conventions and conferences are usually planned well in advance. For example only, check out the Las Vegas Convention and Visitors Authority, LVCVA, www.lvcva.com/meetings/conventioncalendar.jsp. For a second example, check out the Orange County Convention Center website and click on the event calendar link. www.occc.net. An important point here is that you will usually find a calendar of scheduled conventions by going to the specific convention center website. You will find out more about events scheduled throughout the area by visiting the local CVB website. Often hotels have convention and meeting facilities and compete with the convention center for booking of events. So the CVB website will be more informative. Yep, end of chapter 2.
Stop recording.